जनवरी से मार्च तिमाही के लिए भारत की जीडीपी 6.1% की दर से बढ़ी। पिछले साल की समान तिमाही में भारत की जीडीपी की अगर बात की जाए तो वो 4% उसमें वृद्धि हुई थी। सरकार ने इस वित्त वर्ष के लिए सकल घरेलू उत्पाद की वृद्धि दर 7.2% रहने का अनुमान लगाया है। देखिए ये रिपोर्ट।
India's economy grew at 7.2% in financial year 2022-2023. Now, this number becomes important because it has exceeded expectations, polls and estimates as to what rate would India's economy grow in a year which has largely been tough for most of the world. So the 7.2% figure is definitely higher than what the RBI projected and what several agencies around the world projected. Now, this comes at an important time when the world is going through a global economic crisis, in large parts thanks to the ongoing war in Ukraine, Russia, and a number of other factors. But let's take a closer look at what has contributed to this number. And the real winner here is the Q4, the Q4 GDP number, which has come in higher than expected at 6.1%. So when I say Q4, I mean exactly the months of January, February and March 2023. This is better than expected because in the previous quarter, that's Q3, the GDP growth number had fallen to 4.5%. So in the first 3 months of this year, the economy performed better. In large part, contributors to that were the agricultural sector. There was an improvement in that quarter in the manufacturing sector as well. And the good old Indian consumer also came through with higher spends. Real estate also contributed well to it. So would you say that India is shining and the GDP number at 7.2 is excellent? Well, it is definitely above expectations. It has exceeded expectations, but it's important to put it in context that compared to the previous year, that's FY22, it is a drop. In financial year 2022, India's annual GDP growth was at 9.1%, and compared to that at 7.2%, clearly there has been a drop in the extent of growth or the extent of expansion of the economy. Now, if I look into what has sputtered over there, government expenditure to some extent, personal consumption has dropped to some extent, and manufacturing year on year has shrunk quite a bit in this financial year if I compare it to the last financial year. But with all statistics, everything is relative. So the way to look at this is also how are we doing compared to the rest of the world, which is going through a tough time. Germany, for example, is already in recession. Large parts of the world and developed nations are struggling. So in that sense, India definitely does remain a bright spot and has also performed better than expected.